All right, we should be good. We should be ready to go. We should be live with a Saturday afternoon show match. Afternoon in asterisk because it may not be your afternoon. It is reDo versus GreenSeaSquash best of 7, hosted by LNC Trust. They are playing for $300, 200 to the winner, 100 to the loser. So regardless of whether they win or lose, it'll be a good little chunk of change to make on a Saturday. And it looks like the players are about ready to go. Let me switch over to our little overlay that we've got for you guys. This is not the right overlay. This is the right overlay. And here we are with the 7 games or maps predetermined. And it should be good. Ghost Lake, Medit, Oasis, Frozen Waste, Blue Lagoon, Watering Hole, and then Midgard. We are working with a 6-minute stream delay, so won't really be able to interact with the chat, which that's okay because I think everybody just wants to watch the players. So should be some fun, and it looks like they are ready to go, and I will switch on over to the overlay, make sure it is working. And game 1, oh yeah, we are ready to go. And let me close down all of my extra things. And should be good. Good luck, have fun, ready to launch right in. I like this, starting on time. Should be good. So, Ghost Lake. What will we have? Ooh, Ra versus Poseidon on Ghost Lake. I like this matchup. Ra versus Poseidon, always juicy, and the double gold mine in the base is pretty nice for the Ra. So, anyway, who are our players? It's reDo on the bottom right, he's blue. It's Squash in the top left, also known as GreenSeaSquash. And he is Poseidon. And, she almost got whacked. Better heal her up. Yep. So, who are these players, though? So, we've got reDo, who's been around for a while, off and on. He was recently gone for a couple years. And I think he, became pretty good in, the early 2010, 11, 12-ish era. Then he's kind of been off and on for a while here and there. You should really be sending some villagers to gold. Yeah, you should have sent it probably sooner than that. But he came back after a couple-year hiatus, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. Maybe a little bit longer than that. And he's pretty good. He's always been really good, and he's been playing really well if you've been following the Oobly League, the Champions League. He has done really well, and he is in, spoiler alert, he is in the finals in the ongoing Oobly League. So he is one of the best players currently. His opponent, Mr. Squash, is a guy that doesn't normally sign up for tournaments. I know this is when I asked him for a recent tournament if he wanted to sign up, and I know he prefers to not have the responsibility. He just kind of wants to log on and play when he wants and doesn't want to have to schedule and all of that. So I can respect that, and having that responsibility sometimes hanging over your head is a little bit annoying. But so he doesn't sign up for tournaments because of that, but he's really good. He would probably be pretty much on level with reDo, I think, and maybe better, maybe not. I think we'll at least know who is better on today by the time we're done with the show match. So it should be exciting, should be fun. And Poseidon versus Ra is an interesting matchup. If Ra can defend early, Ra should win, and with double gold mine, that's pretty juicy. He's also got a fantastic settlement spot here because of the 2 Aurochs. So once this Auroch is done, he can just jump to this one and then grab that town center. Now, because there's so much hunt, there's a decently high hunt Ghost Lake here with 4 Aurochs and then a decent pack of caribou. In fact, there's 2 packs per player, so this is about as much hunt as you'll see on Ghost Lake. It's a double hunt caribou spawn, a double hunt starting hunt spawn, so there's going to be another hunt over here. So reDo could almost go Bast here as Ra. The Sphinx do really well against Poseidon early. So we could see that, but the more standard play is Ta, so we'll probably see Ta, but we'll see. We'll see what he does. The Poseidon would likely age up like around 440, build an immediate town center, then try to like 2 town center pressure the Ra, as we see. Oh man, this is quite a collection of animals here. What is it? 3, 6, 450, 850 food. That's nice. I think he stole a few. Oh man. Do not gather from this one. Oh man, what a walk. This guy's just going to need some exercise. The caribou died as far away as it could. And it is Ta. Okay, okay. So, no Bast. Bast a little bit more exciting. Should have been moved this priest a little bit to empower right here, because we saw the villagers having to kind of walk around him. Let's see what kind of techs we got going. Pickaxe Hermes. So Hermes, that's pretty standard. Got about a 445. Imagine he'll grab... Oh, he should get this one, because it kind of protects this gold. This town center really won't protect much. So if he's grabbing an early town center, which I think he is, should be grabbing this one. But it looks like he's going to get this one instead. I think that's a slight mistake. Maybe not super huge, but it is a slight mistake. So, see if it really matters in the long run. I just think this one would be... I mean, it just protects a little bit more. Even a gold mine, too. What relics do we got? Eye of Horus, +2 town center pop. And, oh, okay, he's grabbing this town center instead. And we've got the centaur's going to come down and scout this out, but really not a whole lot to be done about this. Pick off a... Shoot a villager, hit the pharaoh, try to keep him from empowering, which slows it down. A villager comes over and gets in a few shanks. And are we... We are live. Actually, I know what I did. I'm bad with math. I did an 8-minute delay instead of a 6. Well, that's alright. That is alright. And here's that town center up. Let me put it in chat. I am bad at math. Did 8 mins. So people are wondering where the game is. It's about. Ooh, Anvil of Hephaestus. Okay, cheaper armory upgrades. Not bad. Oh, 3 town centers from reDo and 3 town centers from Squash. Okay, okay. Do we have Shadowfaxx coming in? We have a lot of villies on wood here. A lot of walking around. Because they went all the way up here and then came back. And I'm guessing he doesn't have wood for his techs. No, he doesn't. Because he does not have husbandry, he does not have plow, and he does not have Shadowfaxx. So... In fact, to be eating from his goats before he even has husbandry is a little bit inefficient, as now he's coming up here to get on all of this hunt. Because look at all this hunt here. Imagine spinning at the Aurochs. Alright, 3 town centers to 3 town centers. How many goats we got? We definitely have Squash naturally as Poseidon, and having a real scout was able to get more of the goats. So we have really like... was this, like 7 goats to like 12, 13, or 7, yeah, about 13. 7 to 13. 3 town centers here, and oh, he's making barracks too. I can understand the 3 town centers, but I think he could have managed this a little better as far as his food. And could have sent these goats down to this town center and gathered from the berries here. Instead, he's got... Like, if he... The goal here is probably to get heroic as quickly as he can, but he's a little bit behind on the food gathering. But even at 3 town centers, with maybe perfect eco-management, probably could be aging up by now. We're pretty close. Well, maybe not quite yet. Maybe like in 30 seconds or so. But he's going to have a hard time because, as we see, Squash is starting to pump out some army. He's got double archery range, double stable, picking up the Eye of Horus relic. That'll give him +6 population. That's really nice. You cannot start pressuring this. Do we have Skin of the Rhino? No, we don't. So we're going to lose a Villi. Should have gotten Skin of the Rhino by now. And if Squash knows about this hunt, I think he's going to check it. Yeah, and this is really going to slow down reDo, because he's still a little bit of a ways away from his reign. And yeah, we're going to push through onto this, and there's enough of an army here. He really could have turned and fought this. Probably should have, maybe, but regardless, he's running away from the hunt. And well, we'll just all of these villas will get spit out onto wood. Now they're changing into farms, but even this farming here isn't exactly super safe. We could see like a little bit of hit and runs on this during rain. You got the Hippocon, which can tank quite a bit of damage here. So yeah, he could either, the places he could do damage is either here, or he could actually stop all this gold mine if he knew about it. And okay, the two-pronged attack here. So yeah, he's just aiming to slow down the age up from reDo. And we can see Squash has done a great job with his economy. He's almost actually aging up himself. And reDo is not close. So this has really gone really well for Squash. He's maybe sacrificing a little bit too much here. He's gonna lose his Wadget though, so no, this has actually still turned out really well for reDo, or for Squash. He's got idled Villi. Now he's using rain. Oh, he's not empowering that. He's not. Well, that doesn't really matter. He's not even empowering this. Like, you need your priest to empower, though. I think the priest died, but you definitely need to empower your town centers when rain is being cast. You get so many more resources here. So, I just think this opening. So, I mean, we can even see Squash has the pressure everywhere, and he's aging up first. So, this is going to be tough, I think, for reDo to pull this back, because Squash is quite a bit ahead. He's got all the first line techs. reDo doesn't quite have the hand axe, but the 3-town center, I think, is just a little greedy here. It can work, but I think just a little bit of the management, the Vil management, was just slightly off when it came to getting resources. And we can see now 30% up Hathor, but he's way behind where he could have been as far as aging. But really nice pressure from Squash, and so far, obviously, haven't really been able to see, but I think just his eco management on the back end, which we haven't really watched, has been really good. But that's the value when you are Poseidon against a Ra who doesn't aging up Artemis already. But when the Ra doesn't scout, because Ra really can't afford to scout, the Poseidon gets all of the goats, or most of them, which allows him to just kind of feed off of natural resources. And he did get, the spearmen going in on the Toxotes that are shooting at the barracks. Oh no! Alright, well there's the curse. The Toxotes still shooting away at the barracks. Lost quite a few Toxotes, but still way ahead is Squash here as he's aging up. An Earthquake will insta-kill just about anything that he wants, and we can see this lion will live forever up here as long as there's no heroes. And a little bit of push here, but these Toxotes will eventually take care, I think, of these spearmen, though they're just fighting melee, which isn't so good. So actually, reDo taking the score lead here. Squash will be aging up, though soon. I would anticipate, how close are we? 72%. So actually, that really went well for Squash there, putting all those resources into aging up. He did not have quite enough army, though actually he would have been fine if he wouldn't have spent so much time of his Toxotes life here just shooting at the barracks. Actually did cost quite a bit. for him. And here comes the lion down here. We've got double Petsuchos. Here's Artemis. Just use it here before the building upgrades get in. It'll demolish all of this, but you have to do it before the upgrades come in. He needs to use it? He needs to use it? Okay, here comes the Hippocon. He's getting the line of sight. There's the Earthquake. Oh, gets that. Is he going to get the town center? He was a little bit high, but the town center, yeah, it goes down too. And nice Earthquake. Now he needs to come in and prevent this from coming up, though. Come in. You gotta come forward before he gets it up, because this is a huge spot here. You got the gold mine, you got the Migdal coming up, the town center. Like, reDo wins, or Squash wins this fight courtesy of his 2 myth units here, but he didn't quite pressure soon enough. So the town center is going to go up, and the Migdal will as well. Now, if he can get out a bunch of camels and chariots, we have the Villies coming forward. Do they have Skin of the Rhino? They don't. We need to get Skin of the Rhino. But man, these myth units are just living forever. The Chimera's still at 100 health. The Lion's still up there. Where's Pharaoh? Pharaoh is MIA. Ooh, these 2 myth units have done so much work. Finally, the Chimera is down. We've got some Mercenary Cap coming out. I think reDo's going to hold, but he is still behind a little bit there. He is still behind. You do have fortified town centers, even getting a market up as well. Eco upgrade, second line. We've even got Divine Blood. Nice. And a lot of Toxotes. Now here's the thing. When you go up with Artemis instead of Hephaestus, is that Artemis gives you that initial push. But beyond that, without having a Plenty Vault and the cheaper armory techs, it is hard to keep up with Egyptian as the game goes on. So if reDo can delay this long enough, the strength, he's going to scale better than Squash will. And right now, Squash's army isn't a super great combination. There's a lot of Toxotes, but not enough Hippocon who aren't even upgraded. And Chariots and Mercenary Cap just absolutely shred Toxotes. As we got Polyphemus coming down as a little bit of a tank. Would like to start seeing some side builds up here. You can throw down a whole bunch of stables and all that. And we've got a few Chariots coming for a raid. And we got 150, 160. We actually see reDo has more population right now. How is he doing for techs? Not aging up yet, though. And again, just not quite the army composition that we need to see here from Squash. And the Chariots are doing a really nice job staying on the... Well, now they need to get on the Toxotes here. But these fights are not going in Squash's favor. And we have a few Chariots up here, just poking around, not going to do a whole lot. We've got a little bit of a contestation on this gold mine here, but we got the stables coming, and we've got 3 Toxotes chilling, literally, on the ice. And we've got the Helipolis to tank damage. Oh, didn't quite get his last whack off on this. Ooh. Now fall back there, fall back. Nice to get your Helipolis out for damage, but I need to see more Hippocon and like upgraded. Just unupgraded Hippocon at this point. We have a Locust used where? Okay. I didn't get a whole lot in there. I actually didn't even kill the villager. You kind of got a path block if you're going to use Locust. But this fight, it's about even. Squash is getting more of an eco edge, I think, on the back end. Maybe. His score line is getting better. He doesn't have his Mythic Age trade upgrade, though. I would like to see that. Also, he's actually trading the wrong way. We'll shift up here to save this gold mine. Kind of a low value shift, really. It does push Squash back, but you kind of want to save your shifting sands for something a little bit more impactful than just getting a gold mine that you really don't need anyway because you got a good trade route. But what I was talking about real quick about this trade route is Squash should have built his market up here and trade with this town center. This one is kind of a little bit far away from the edge of the map, like a whole screen length away. So we can see he's getting 61 gold a trip, and reDo is getting a 1 hundo even. That'd be the same amount of money he'll get if he loses. And along with the Pharaoh empowerment, so 125 a trip compared to just 61. So again, if this is key here, if reDo can hold this, is he aging? Is he aging up? No, he's kind of still stuck in Archaic Age. Okay, we have heavy or medium Hippocon, not quite heavy yet. A little bit of a chariot raid here. If they only knew about this massive trade route, like getting on the gold mine doesn't really matter. But yeah, this market from Squash, kind of an unenforced error here. Unforced error. I mean, over time, that can actually cost quite a bit over time. And if you see, even though, see, he shifted and he still's got to fight over this ridiculous gold mine. Only medium Hippocon, but we are seeing some upgrades coming in. And the Skin of the Rhino Vills are tanking it. We see the flying alligator. And he gets his last slam on here. Would like to see maybe some Petrobolus. There we are. Petrobolus sighting right here. Get him in behind the tower. Oh, well, let's upgrade these towers so that they can shoot at the mercenaries. But okay, we've got a Croc back here to kind of help things out. So the Croc will help defend. A couple chariots and a Toxote having a fight on this mountain. And that's been dealt with. And still, as this game goes on and on, it'll start going the Ra's favor. But still not aging up. How's he doing for techs? Not good. Not super good. He does have his farm tech. Repairing. Needs to get a priest or a pharaoh down here to help. But this is a nice kind of a... Squash got the position, but really is not pushing. This has to be so annoying if you're reDo. You're just trying to mine gold and these Hippocon just keep repeatedly coming out. And look at these almost dead Vills. This chariot though is gonna get whacked. And that's it. Chariot does pick off too right at the end. And now we've got the chariots just kind of tanking the fortress fire here. But no siege. There's the siege tower. There is the siege tower. reDo full pop, Squash not. How's he looking for economy? He's got all of his eco upgrades, but not. I think he forgot at this point. Is he going to even oh, he's getting it. Okay, coinage is coming. It's just a little bit slow, but still, this market trade route just needs to be up here trading with this town center. And okay, we had Atlanta come up here. Would like to see a few... You know what? One thing that a lot of Poseidon players don't give enough respect to are Hetairoi, which is the anti-building cavalry. They're actually pretty decent. And I don't think we're going to see them here. And we do have the upgraded tower here. And we're having the Polyphemus slamming away at this. He does about 100 damage attack. 150 there. So it's the town center is a little bit down. But need to see Petrobolus instead of the Helipolis. As we see these units are... Wait, what? And this one's just hanging out. Actually, it's a good thing if reDo kills this, because I don't think Squash knows it's there. And we're gonna. This is gonna spit out a couple militia, and we got a few villies trying to get away at this wall here. And I think we're gonna have a little bit of a long game here. But as soon as Mythic Age comes in for reDo, still not coming in though. Still not coming in. Like, if Mythic Age comes in for reDo, the amount of power he's going to get from that is going to be gigantic. But is it going to come? Like, he's almost got too much trade, which I think is maybe... Okay, he did stop with his trade route. Did stop with his trade route, but Squash looks like he's almost getting ready to research a Titan. There's a question about chat, which 8 minutes I'll answer, is that walls don't count towards the Earthquake hit point, so Earthquake can kill infinite walls. So spamming walls doesn't help to stop Earthquake. And we do see Squash beginning to research Secret of the Titans. Before he makes Petrobolus, he should really upgrade them. Get them a little bit more range and a little bit more damage, but I'm kind of surprised at how long reDo has been stuck in Heroic Age. Now he's aging up Horus. So actually, with this wide open, how close are we up? 41% to 30. So if he's ready, he can get some chariots and camels in to insta-kill the gate. Now, will it matter, though? Because this push is getting a little bit scary now, as we're getting the walls and tower just complete mess over here. Like, he'd almost be forced to use Tornado on these buildings just to save the town center here. Because once these buildings come up, I mean, true Petrobolus don't really damage super fast. We have crenellations. We have these units in. So, Squash, if he insta-builds the Titan Gate because there's no Mythic, that could actually cost him. Because his Titan research should come out a little bit ahead. Yes, so does he insta-put it down? No, he's waiting. Waiting. Oh no, he started it, so we could see an instant tornado. Get these chariots up here. Get these chariots up. Tornado. Oh, he's using it down here. The problem is there's too many buildings. Tornado doesn't do a ton of damage to buildings, so it only killed like 0. It killed 0 watchtowers. So that's why, I mean, it killed the Petrobolus, but against the massive buildings, it doesn't have the damage that Earthquake has. So he should have used it on the Titan Gate. Should have used it on the Titan Gate, I think. Because there's only 2 Petrobolus anyway. I mean, you can kind of repair, because Egyptian repairs at insane speeds. But now there's no army down here. Like, we could see reDo is going all in on this Titan Gate, sending his army up there. Now he's not defending on the bottom, where this town center is going to eventually go down, I think. Though there is only 1 Petrobolus. Shoot at it with your catapult. Yeah, I like it. All right. Oh, no, not the building. The catapult. It's got 2 hit points left. Get it. Oh no. 2 hit points left. You gotta check it. And we got, oh man. You can see that reDo is clearly distracted because this army, while really impressive, isn't doing anything. And that 2 hit point catapult still firing away. This is all in the trade route here too. We've got reDo getting his trade out. Now he's realized that his units weren't doing much. Here comes the Spinning Avenger. And this is gonna... There's actually not a ton of Villies up here. And... Oh, no. Oh. And... Okay, finally! He killed that 2 hit point Petrobolus. Okay. Now, does reDo hold this position? He's losing a lot of trade. As we can see, his trade numbers are significantly down. And Squash has resources for days. reDo does not... He is not replacing his dead camels either. And that's going to cost him eventually, I feel like. Because, look at these towers. Oh, man. Oh, these towers. There's just no way at this point. And the army here has been... Oh, there's a... One catapult rock drop. Oh, that's so cancerous. I don't want to watch that. I like this much better. And yeah, this town center is going to go down. I think maybe reDo's chance was to use Tornado here and get his own Titan. So, didn't quite work the way he wanted, but reDo survived longer than I thought he would. I thought this would maybe be a kind of a quick roll for Squash given the start, but it's extended a little bit. But reDo's, maybe I'm calling it early, but I don't think I am. But reDo at this point should lose, and Squash should win. But we'll see. We'll see. So far, it's been a fun first match, and still no third upgrade on the wood. But at this point, how does... Oh man, not even attack upgrade or armor, just pierce armor. But like, how does reDo come back? You know, he's down 4 to 2 town centers, and actually, with this relic plus 2 town center, that gives Squash is at 188 pop. That's a lot of pop. Woo! That is a lot of pop. And we're going to see these two Titans kind of duke it out here shortly, but it's about over. It's about over. We get the pressure up here. I mean, you got 140 pop to 188. And even with this Titan, Squash still has 168 worth of military population that he's got here. And here comes this little push down here. This Titan just gonna come down and keep the Petrobolus company. And the Eagle over here is gonna try to do what he does, but they'll fight each other and it'll just kind of even out, and then it'll be GG. Yes, the Hetairoy Odin King are decent. They are decent. And the Eagle is kind of pushed away from this Titan here. And see, like, and you're on the aggression here and you can fight. So now you turn and fight, and this town center is going to take damage from this fight. So, man, the damage the Hetairoy makes, or the Helipolis makes, so loud. And that's going to kill the town center. And yeah, at that point, it's over. It's over. The Hetairoy do need upgrades, though. So, yeah, without Hephaestus, they aren't quite as good. So, I guess with Artemis, you might as well not make them, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. They're still good. I like them. But, wow. This Titan kind of cleaned out. And that is it. GG. Well played by Squash there. Well, it turns out, I think, just a little greedy by reDo with his game plan there with the 3 town centers. But, it was close. Closer than I thought it'd be. Economically, yeah, you can see just how far behind it he was. His boom just not quite where he wanted to be. Not quite. Look at the kill-death ratio. Squash had a pretty good kill-death there. Really good. Improvements, and we're moving on to game number 2. Now, I know they are wanting to get... Let's get in the overlay real quick here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Here we are. Game number 1 is in the books. And let me see if... I think we're going to get a dual cast here going for you guys quick. And we are looking at a Ra versus Poseidon, game 1 here. Ra versus Poseidon with the GSS with the win. So hope you guys enjoyed. That was game number 1. And we will hopefully have many more. So GSS draws first blood. Nice, nice, nice.
Hello.
Hey, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let me tell them to open up a room.
Great first game to start off.
Oh yeah, it
I
was.
don't know who's winning yet.
It was. Oh yeah, you're
Assuming
so.
it's squash one.
This guy wanted me to do a 6-minute delay,
Have
and,
you got it at 8
and I
minutes?
did 8 minutes. I was trying to multiply in my head, and I'm like, dang it, 480, 480, because you got to do it in seconds. So I'm like, okay, 480. Yep, that's it. Bam, and then no, it should have been 360. Well, it's too late now. All right, they're gonna make room
I
for
see
you.
you've got the same issue as Boit.
Yes.
Doesn't like mathematics
All right,
very
can you get in
much.
the room?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you know what?
Oh no, I'm gonna lose points. Why can't I win as an observer?
Yeah. Anyway, good to have you on board. So, for those of you who don't know, this is Shadowfaxx, aka No Mercy, aka what is it, Ori as well,
Yeah, that's my vanilla name.
and aka Bob. I don't think that's really it. And he is sitting next to me. You can switch an account if you want, or you can just lose points. And we'll have Squash rejoin here. But yeah, you are from what, the UK, right?
Yep.
So yeah, he is
Born and bred.
sitting next to me on the internet across the pond in the wonderful UK.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh man, my pleasure. Thanks to Trust.
Whereabouts are you from anyway?
Yeah, this. Oh, you will need to go. Actually, you take my spot.
Okay.
Let me know when you're in.
I'm in.
Okay, now you stay as a player, and I will do observer. So anyway, real quick, let me put a shout out to Trust for hosting our show match here. So thanks to Trust putting the money down for these two players to fight over on a nice calm Saturday afternoon, evening, I guess, for you. And GSS drew first blood, and let us get ready to play. Are they ready? I'm just checking out my. There we go. Okay. No. You stay as player 3.
Okay, they're complaining that I'm an observer.
Yeah, you have to be player 3. Yeah.
Do they know how it works?
No, I don't think they do.
Well, it's not just put us in a 1v1v1.
No, it won't be. So the maps are set up so that if you do it like this, it'll throw you out of the game, and you'll just be that third player. Because if we do double observer, then the recorded game doesn't work. So, oh well, he has to go to the bathroom. So let's real quick. Can you stay in the game and let me know when they're ready? And I will get to the overlay again. So anyway, this is our overlay. I'm Chrono JJ, wearing my nice flannel. And these are the maps. So game 1 on Ghost Lake went to GreenSeaSquash. And then we've got game 2 Medit, Oasis, Frozen Wastes. Then if we get this far, we'll have Blue Lagoon, Watering Hole, and Midgard. So they are 2 1-minute vetoes for each player. And neither used a veto in the first one, so we still got those on board. There is a 8 minute stream delay. It's blind pick, free god choice.
We're
They ready?
starting.
Okay, they're starting.
Yeah. Let's go.
I hope this works, or else I'll look like an idiot.
Zeus versus Hades.
There we go, Zeus versus Hades on Medit. So Squash, our winner in game 1, he's on the left as Hades. reDo is our loser in game 1, looking to knot it up here. He's on top right in blue as Zeus. So now you tell me, Shadowfaxx, why Hades over Zeus? Or the other way, why Zeus over Hades, maybe?
Oh, it's quite complicated, really. I think they're fairly evenly matched. Hades has the stronger docks and potentially stronger late game with those buildings being a bit tougher. But Zeus could potentially take an early advantage on water with the bolt. And I don't know, really. I'd say Hades may be advantage.
Yeah, because they both
Pretty close.
They both get restoration, which you'd think they'd both go to. And then the funny thing is that a lot of people don't. Oh, we're gonna see a veto. All right. Well, we'll see a veto. All right. So we'll have to wait till they get in the game, because we have to be. You have to be third, and then I'll be fourth.
Yep.
And let me just real quick. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit more on the Discord.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay. Alright, well that's one veto for, that was reDo, right?
I think they might have got a fish glitch, one of them. Who saved reDo?
I think it was reDo. You have a dock bug or what? Well, the dock bug, though, which is when the fish don't drop off at the dock, is when you build your dock so that it's not far enough out in the water. Because then for some reason the hitbox doesn't quite go out far enough. But anyway, we will restart this. Medit again, of course, and it will be the same gods. And we've got Squash top left, Hades, reDo bottom right as Zeus. And again, it's Zeus versus Hades. So, yeah, the one thing is, to finish our little conversation about Zeus v Hades on Medit, the one thing that Hades actually gets is they do have stronger docks. They get the additional 1.6 pierce damage and more hit points. So, like, if you're going to defend, your docks do even more damage than normal. And then late game, the Zeus Myrmidon really is kind of useless against other Greeks. So it kind of cancels out any value you'd get from the unique unit. And I'd say that the Hades bonus of more building HP kind of nullifies the infantry siege. And then you've kind of got this leftover bonus of the Hades archers being better and doing more damage.
Yeah.
I mean, Zeus does have
We
a little
all
bit.
know Zeus has that. Zeus has got that one unit who causes a lot of pain. Belefron.
Yeah, and then that's another, that having a lot of ranged units and better buildings kind of helps negate him as well. And then so really you've kind of got the better archers versus the better favor for Zeus. But I think in this game or matchup, I think maybe the better favor isn't super big.
Yeah, I can't imagine Hades having too much problem with Myth units, because you get that Perseus out, and Achilles is pretty decent as well.
Yeah. So I imagine we'll see just kind of the standard Medit gameplay here, where we'll see two docks and them fighting each other and restoration. And to note though, the town centers are in water range. So that does make late game water even more important. I prefer Medit. What do you think? I prefer it when they are in water range. What do you think?
Yeah, it gives a bit more dynamic to the game. Makes C a bit more important other than a source of economy.
Yeah. And I think it's a 50% chance of both being in or out of water range, so it's kind of, halvesies. And for those of you watching, you might wonder, why are these guys all eating all of their pigs? Shouldn't you wait and let your pigs fatten? Well, actually, no. Because then you save the 50 wood, so you get more fish out earlier. And because they're sitting right next to the town center, it's really, there's no walking time. So speed is everything on Medit. You want to advance as quickly as you can, so you don't really care if you're eating all your pigs. Because if you win water, you're probably going to win the game.
Yeah, one thing I don't like about not making granary is you risk, if you get a bit unlucky with your scouting, you don't find any pigs.
Yeah.
You can have a lot of idle food time.
But I don't think either of them had that problem, as we see
No.
them both.
There's one thing I would like to mention about Zeus and where it is an advantage to be Zeus over Hades on Mediterranean, and that is Dionysus. You get that free skiller, which is pretty big if you decide to go for that.
Yeah, you don't see Dionysus too much anymore. But
Pretty much unused on land, but it's pretty good on water just for the free myth unit.
Yeah, and then I mean they train in like 10 seconds or something crazy like that. So if you just, with your free starting favor as Zeus, you can just pump it out right away. But I don't know if you can really just go straight heroic. I don't think you can.
Probably a bit of a semi-fast heroic is possible. You can just defend with your docks whilst you have a small navy to protect your fish. Then go for the heroic age and pick a couple more skiller and win water.
Both getting hand axe. And you do have, I would assume, would we see the early bolt on the initial, very first trireme, or would you prefer to see it used on like the Minotaur and then to go forward with Zeus Minotaur?
I'd probably only ever use my bolt if I was significantly ahead in the advance time. But as they're both upping at the same time, I don't think it's really worth using the bolt.
On the boat?
Yeah, on the boat.
Okay. Yeah, that would be... I would agree with that, but it looks like Squash is just sitting back with his Minotaur, so we'll see a bit of a, just a standstill so far. Actually, no, never mind. reDo's the Zeus, I was confused. So reDo would go forward, which he's kind of not either. And oh, he is gonna bolt. Just bolt the trireme. I think you do more damage if you go forward with your Minotaur, bolt his, and then just kind of play around in the wood line for a little bit.
Yeah, if you find the wood line early, it could work, but it also force an early Jason.
You're right.
I mean, well, in this case, Ajax.
Right. And like here, I don't know, just one boat out of 8, I don't think. But here's our first big fight, and you see all the micro and all that jazz, which I'm really bad at boat fights, so we'll see who's. Go ahead.
I can see now that Squash will just, even with the bolted ship, because his reinforcements will be closer to his docks.
Right. Yeah, if it's a close fight, it's almost this defender's advantage, really, because the reinforcements come right away, and then if you fight under the dock, well, then of course you get the dock fire. So you can see, what is it, 11, 12 boats to... Actually, reDo has a few more. He's got a few low...
He's already chucking up the third dock. Maybe he's worried about
use
a bit of
reDo.
extra defense.
I think reDo should use reDo because he's got like 4 boats that are really low. There we go. So there's the reDo. I would think we'd see Squash maybe answering with his pretty quick. Oh, reDo should not fight this.
He has to.
No, he doesn't because
He's got 3 docks.
Yeah.
These are Hades docks, so they do some damage.
But reDo,
he's done well saving it.
Yeah, I think reDo just needs to go a little bit forward, like where he is at right now, and just stay there.
Yeah.
Because he shouldn't win.
Fishing ships.
Mm-hmm. There's, yeah.
He's forced the retro.
Yeah, so now you fall back with, fall back. One boat got caught on the fishing ship. So I think the 2 restos, we got 13 to 17. See, reDo has a lot more boats right now. But we do have 3 docks for Squash. And just 2 for reDo. No, just 2.
Oh, you noticed that Squash hasn't gone for pickaxe?
No, I didn't notice that. He also, I think, was housed for a little bit because he had a dock. He's housed. He's got 2 docks sitting at 99%. And I don't see a house. There, he's building a house now.
Oh, he's rushing the houses up now.
That's a bad
It's
feeling.
like he's a bit too focused on the water. He's been lured out of his docks as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so here in the middle, it's just kind of anybody's game here as we see them fighting back and forth. It'll just be kind of a never-ending fight until all of a sudden somebody wins. Is kind of how it usually goes. We got this big fight here, which almost seems, what do you got, 16 to about 17 boats, so it's pretty even. But okay, reDo just got his 3rd dock up. 16 to, yeah, it's still even. Oh, that ended up not being quite so good for reDo, I think because he only had 2 docks there for a while. So he's a little bit behind on the boat production. It's got to fall back. We see it's like 14 boats to about 15 still, so not too bad. But I think reDo's maybe getting slightly out-microed in a few of these fights, it seems like. But now you get to the point where it's defender's advantage again. We've got 2 docks shooting.
Yeah.
And I think Squash is going to have to fall back from here.
Yeah, Squash might be going a bit too aggressive here.
Yeah, it's coming out okay. You see, reDo's going a little bit too far forward. Oh, chasing a little bit. Yeah. Squash has like 3 more boats right now. But yeah, reDo, oh, you see, oh man, that was a little bit of a bad maneuver by him right there.
I think Squash can actually take this now.
Yeah, I think
he's done well taking the fights. He's kept out of range of one of the dots for most of it.
Yeah, you kept kind of luring reDo just out of range, and now we can see he's just going all in on these docks here and the boats, and it's still, I mean, it's still coming up pretty close to the point he does have to fall back. Man! Oh,
we don't know how many fishing ships reDo lost there.
Yeah, I mean, reDo only has 4 ships fishing right now compared to Squash's 9, so that is in Squash's advantage. Economically, Squash got a little bit more in the bank, not a lot. And by text, we do have Squash is now getting pickaxe as well as per side. So we have now a little, both players are kind of getting their breath back. Now we're going to have the fights coming up again.
Oh, there's even an archery range up from Squash. There's one thing I'd like to mention about the map is the gold mines are very unsafe. There's only really one close gold mine on one side. The other ones are quite far away, so we could see some early land pressure.
Yeah, unfortunately, Squash's army is defending his forward gold mine. Like, yeah, if he could come forward on reDo's for sure. And now we've got 14 boats. The numbers are actually pretty even. It looks like because Squash started making those Toxotes, he's a little bit behind in boat production now.
And the Pure Saiyan as well. It's going to be another boat. I think Squash is happy getting into that boom now.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have... Yeah, I mean, no town centers yet. And again, we're just seeing a long fight in the middle.
What Squash could do now is he could get 2 walls up to protect his gold mine, and that will allow him to use his Toxotes in offense.
Yeah, we've got this big fight here in the middle. It's still, I mean, boat numbers are about the same. I think reDo is taking this now because Squash is floating a little bit of resources. So yes, reDo has the more boats, and this fight is going well for reDo now because, I mean, Squash has put a little bit of resources into an army that he's just not doing anything with. As we see now.
That was a huge win for reDo.
Yeah.
And now Squash can use those Hades docks advantage again. Try and get that extra damage from them.
Oh. Yeah, reDo needs to fall back, I think. I mean, as long as the fishing ships are idle, that's basically what you need to accomplish anyway. But fighting under this is just... I mean, he might win it. I don't know. I think he's going to have to fall back eventually. Maybe. Oh.
It's a bit unnecessary. You can just keep the fish idle.
Right. And instead you're just losing a little bit more than what you need to. And I mean he's just tanking it. So he will, I think, eventually overcome Squash there. And yeah, so it worked out in the end. And I think at this point, if you're Squash, you might as well just stop your boat production. He's still making boats in his docks, and we can see his army is coming up to the top now. And now what do you do? So, you're Squash. What do you do right now?
It's a tough one. Probably grab town center and go send those Toxtates like he's doing to go and scout for that gold mine.
I think...
maybe go for Navy again. A tough one. That was a huge win for reDo. I don't think it's worth going straight for Navy production now. Maybe grab the town centers instead.
Ooh, so he's trying to stop reDo from grabbing that top town center. And he's got an army. I don't know if this is going to be enough to stop it. Maybe?
Minotaur's got quite a lot of crush damage. As long as he gets the Minotaur on the town center,
yeah,
it'll reduce its speed so much.
Yeah, we've got the... he's got what? Yeah, 10 crush damage along with some hack, but all the villagers are turning to fight.
He's choosing to villager fight.
Oh, we got the boats popped out from Squash too on water. I think he's doing this at the same time to try to just distract, and so that reDo doesn't notice. Oh, he hasn't noticed. That's because he's fighting on the town center. So that's really good timing from Squash there, because yeah, reDo has not, I don't think, managed his boats at all. And now he notices, and his boats are dead. Ho ho ho! So the surprise comeback, the delay on the town center, and now Squash has just kind of reversed the curse, I guess you could say. And he is now in the lead on the water again, now forcing reDo to pump boats from that one dock isn't making. He's pumping boats from 3 docks. Has lost all of his, well, almost all of his fish. He's got a few fishing yet. But now he's kind of at the point where he has 3 town centers, which is fantastic. Will he have enough economy to keep all the town centers busy? He's got 300 food in the bank.
Well, it's 15 minutes into the game. I think reDo can recover, but Squash could take the initiative here and try and sit an army on that forward gold mine by reDo's town center.
Oh, reDo's trying to do the opposite to Squash up here. The only difference is that... oh, he's got the hoplites with the siege damage too, though. But will Chiron kill the Minotaur? He will. That's big, because that's a lot of crush damage that's going to be missing out now. But the hoplites here are... it's slowly going up. If you get all these heroes in the Hippocon, I think they're going to take the town center down faster than it's being built. Oh, that's a huge stop. That's huge, because reDo has no more, or Squash has no more army. Yeah, that's big. Just in time.
Squash not have any resources in the bank.
He does. He's got about 1,000 resources and a little bit of everything. But that's huge.
I'm surprised he didn't make some army then.
That's huge. I think he thought he could just get it up. And he was just too slow, and now we've kind of got another fight on water. This is about as close, as exciting as a meta game as you'll get, really. So far, it's been pretty awesome. And now Squash not paying attention.
Like reDo could be winning the water again now.
Yeah, Squash kind of stopped his boat production and just lost a few boats. Because, just for not paying attention there.
Okay, I think Squash is aiming for the Heroic Age. He's chucking up his armory.
Yeah, I don't know if Heroic really gets you much here, though. We got a little bit of an army coming in. The reDo's army's coming. Be able to take this. A big fight right outside his docks here, too. And the Ville's coming forward. They gonna grab the town center? Oh, looks like reDo will take this fight again. As well, yeah. Squash is going to circle around and take this town center. You got Toxotes in melee mode against these units. And reDo does win the water again. We'll see if it lasts this time. is grabbing the town center. Let's take a look at eco upgrades, though.
I can notice that Squash has invested so much more into the farms at the moment. He's got 14 farms on that one town center.
Yeah, reDo is just now making farms. He has this pack of hunt behind his base. He's got berries behind his base. I think he'd maybe get the natural resources first, but that's okay. reDo only getting husbandry, but nothing coming in for tech.
Yes.
reDo is almost up, aging up. He's got 2,000 resources in the bank, and he's full pop. Meanwhile, Squash is only at 115 to 145 pop and doesn't quite have what he needs. And reDo, though, does have a lot of resources just sitting in his boats on water. He's got quite a lot of boats. So we'll see.
Yeah, maybe he forgot to cancel the auto queue.
I think he did because
Like...
they're just sitting there having a little meeting.
It looks like it's the flags spawn from one dock as well, and that's 6 of them in a bundle.
Yeah, he must have forgotten. Well, so what Squash has to do now is he's actually going to push on this gold mine if he notices. And Squash, oh wait, I missed it. Squash is up heroic already. reDo is aging now. And Squash is up Artemis too. That's why he didn't have resources, because he just spent it all on Artemis. So Squash is aging up faster than reDo.
Okay, Artemis.
Or wait, no, reDo's up. No, wait, yeah, reDo's up Apollo now. And Artemis. So that's kind of the all-in a way.
Well, he's managed to gold block reDo on that front one. But luckily he's got that gold mine on the left corner.
But it's not super protected. I mean, he's got a lot of military buildings here, but reDo's going to have to delete a lot of his boats, because he's got a ton of pop sitting in boats that aren't really accomplishing what he needs. Now, yeah, sitting on that gold mine is big.
So I noticed reDo's just chucked 6 on Temple. Does that mean he's going to be going for Hephaestus because he hasn't been gathering from the Temple all game?
He's going up Hephaestus, yeah, but how much favor does he even have? He's got 39 favor, so he'll be able to get that. But where do you use? I assume you want to use Earthquake right away. Where do you use it?
It's a tough one because the front town center only has basically the town center. It's not really worth it. Go for the main town center, get rid of all those houses.
But then, can you really push after that though?
Maybe you could combine it with a push on water, but reDo does control the water at the moment.
Okay, so you're just going on the front one. So there's the Earthquake on the front. Demolishes that. And does Squash just try to grab it? He's got the army advantage. He has not quite the resources, but should be up with enough soon. Fortress getting really put down super fast by reDo here. And
see, it's not too big of a deal if he's down a town center because he'll have the Plenty Vault and the cheaper armory upgrades. So reDo doesn't have to take back this town center immediately, but he does.
He has to keep it down.
Squash doesn't take it for himself.
That's the big thing, is he has to keep that down, which he can because he has control of the water. So, we've got Siege Juggernauts coming out for Squash. Ooh, this is close.
Looks like reDo's lost all of his boats.
I think he deleted quite a few.
So Squash could actually do a comeback on water now and make some Siege Juggernauts take down that fortress.
Yeah, are they upgraded yet? No, just Juggernaut. So he needs to get a few more docks out. This game is close. reDo has the eco edge, but is currently down in that town center. Is he getting Forge of Olympus? He is. So it'll take a little bit for him to start it. Oh, here comes the Villager Ragnarok on this town center here. He knows he can't let Squash take it, but I don't know if they really need to go forward like that. He's got a Helipolis coming up, so that's a lot of Villies that are dying that he probably really didn't need to have die. We got the Colossus versus Chimera duel here and then down the bottom. And the Helipolis will stop it. But there's no army behind this for reDo. There's no army up here.
So as long as you've got one Heliopolis out to stop that town center, it doesn't need too much army.
Yeah, because Squash doesn't have anything that's going to kill this Heliopolis. I mean, there's nothing here that'll kill it. So I think...
He does need a few Hippocons to take down Squash's siege unit.
Oh, here comes the Chimera to come to roast these vills down on the bottom. But
oh, if Squash could get a pair of the Chimeras, they could completely gold block reDo.
Yeah, he could, but I don't think he's got... Yeah, he's not going for it at all. And we've got the Heliopolis push for Squash up on the top. And that's down. We got the Siege Biremes also coming. And how are we looking for techs for reDo's army, which really is non-existent at this point. He's getting second line now, and...
reDo's using his Colossus to eat his own gold mine. I quite agree with that.
He is. Well, he's all healed up now. Okay, reDo's got... Okay, reDo does have all these Toxotes up here, and Squash has unupgraded Toxotes, not a single armory upgrade. And this is where going Artemis, you kind of miss out on all those armory upgrades early because you can't afford them.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like reDo's taking the army control here, and Squash won't be able to keep that town center down for too long.
Yeah. Yeah, I think reDo, because in my opinion, if reDo takes this town center, once he does, I think he will instantly flip the map and become on the aggression because of his armory upgrade benefit. Because he's working on now... Well, he doesn't have iron yet. Let's see how our economies are looking. Oh, reDo's got 2,100 food and 100 gold. We've got this one Toxote raid on the bottom.
Yeah, gold could be the issue for reDo here, because he's only really got one safe gold mine, and it's almost out.
Yeah, and his trade route sucks. I don't know why he's...
So if Squash can actually hang on a few more minutes, I think he might have a chance to beat the Physis upgrades.
Oh, Underworld? Okay, but the Underworld on the upgraded... I don't know what this Underworld's gonna do! What? This is an optimistic Underworld. The villagers are taking it down!
It's like the villagers think it's a Tartarian game.
They just insta-kill the thing! It's gone! Oh, man.
Villagers with such good siege units, who knew?
If he would have had a armory upgrade or a building upgrade for the Underworld, it would have been so much more of a difference there. But yeah, this Underworld's kind of doing nothing. And we now have Squash on the top.
Squash is grabbing.
Yeah.
Town center, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he held long enough. The Underworld.
Still got that one toxic day causing damage on reDo's gold mine.
Oh, now he's finally killed. Now he's finally got... reDo has the score lead, but that's just because he has
probably
food
in the
yeah,
bank.
he has resources and, yeah, food in the bank. I'm kind of surprised that reDo never went boats to kill town centers. I think he maybe could have done that, or tried at least. But at
this is pretty important here.
At this point, I'm not sure. How does reDo come back? He's got full armory upgrades. Squash has...
the Perseus taking down the Colossus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a lot of hit points for old Perseus, but if you can keep him just to run in and insta-kill and then run out, he does well.
Yeah, the last thing I want to see from reDo right now is Colossus, because his last gold mine just ran out, and he's spending all of that gold on the Colossus.
And he doesn't really have, you don't really have the pop space for a Colossus that now just gets insta-killed. Yeah. Perseus comes in. Hide him in the Heliopolis! Or just let him die at this point. And we've got a raid coming down. Squash coming down on the bottom.
Ooh, he just missed the gold
He
mine.
did.
He's expecting it to still be there. Eventually he realizes and he can turn back and block the other one.
They pass by each other. And unless reDo can like surprise get goat boats or something, I don't know. Oh, Squash noticed. Look, there's
that Squash has got a few Pentacom ramming galley ready just in case.
Yeah, that's nice to kind of have that ready. Because really, yeah, if I'm Squash, I'm thinking the only way I can lose at this point is if reDo pops out a bunch of boats and kills 2 town centers.
It's looking really bad for reDo now. He's just been pushed off his last gold mine.
Yeah, and his trade route isn't very good. 35 gold a trip, and he doesn't even have the upgrade for it. I mean, Plenty Vault will kind of help. Let's see how his eco is. Yeah, he's got 15 gold, and he's at 125, a 140 pop against full 180 pop for Squash.
I don't think he'll have the resources to produce a navy at this point.
No, I think he really has the resources to do much of anything. I do like them. There's actually a couple decent relics that they never took. You got Nose of the Sphinx on the bottom, and then Archer's more range on the top. Both are kind of useful, but
it's quite hard to pick up relics in an intense game.
Yeah,
you kind of forget to think about it sometimes.
You're really not thinking about it. But yeah, I think reDo's just falling further and behind. We can see by the scoreline. I mean, maybe 4 minutes ago he was ahead, and there it is. GG. Nice game.
GG. That's quite entertaining for a Mediterranean match.
Yeah, back and forth. The chat, they're 8 minutes behind us. They're saying that reDo is ahead. And yeah, reDo's kind of agreeing with us. Said that he made a little bit too many boats on that last push. And yeah, eco, wow. Their economy was exact same all game. Kill death, we had Squash up, and that was mainly towards the end. He just had the bigger army, so he just kept winning. But man, that was as close of a Medit game as we'll see. That was fun.
So what do you think about the earthquake usage? Do you agree that Squash was right and he should have used it on the forward town center?
Hey, he won, so yeah. Well,
he might have won on the main town center, but it's interesting.
I understand what you're saying about using it on the main town center because you can get all the houses and it kind of slows them down a little bit more. But my thinking is if you use it on the main town center, you're probably not able to keep it down. Whereas he used it on the top, and so he could keep it down. And so, I personally, I would have, or it's easy to say it now after the game, but I would have used it on a side town center to push through. But
yeah, it was a good usage. Like if Squash had some siege beforehand, then I think it would have been better to use it on the main town center because then you can get them popped out because you kill all the houses and then you siege push the forward town center as well.
They're waiting for you to get out of the game so they can relaunch.
Okay.
What you can do is go to the lobby, just hit resume, and then it'll show you as available. Oh, that game's not rated. Turn it to match.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, they're going to be missing one record.
How many points did I lose?
Well, you didn't actually, because there's 3 players in the game. I forgot about this. The rated won't work if there's 3 players, because 1v1 won't work with 3 players. Okay, well, let's turn over to our overlay now that I want to keep it. Okay, Hades. I have a Hades god image yet.
I can still see the chat going, but reDo has Hephaestus.
It's kind of funny to watch it after, and
It was a really close Medit game. You don't get much closer than that.
No. All right, well, they are going to moving on to Oasis. So GreenSea with a quick 2-0 lead here. Going to Oasis. Are you in the game?
Not yet.
Okay, get in and then I'll go. It's 4.
No.
All right. So, what do you guys think so far? 8 minutes in the past. No, future. Wait a minute. How does time work? We're in the future right now.
What, we did time travel?
We did. We did.
Nice.
Oh, now they're looking. The chat is watching this underworld. Oh, poor reDo. They are all having a good time.
It wasn't the best underworld.
Wasn't
Very fast reaction from Squash, though.
Yeah, wasn't quite the best. All right, let's move on to game number 3.
Oasis. Are we expecting one of them to go Oranos here?
Maybe both.
Yeah, Oranos and Ra. Who would have guessed?
That's a fun. I like this matchup on Oasis. It can be some pretty fun games. Oh, restart.
So I guess we save her.
Yeah. Unless they want to play without all the town centers. Let me know when they're in, and then you. All right.
I just beat you there. Only just.
I didn't even wait. I just timed it. I'm like, yeah, he's got to be in by now. All right. Let's just make sure. Oh, this might be because you're. So sometimes when we have the extra observer, it'll hurt when it comes to map generation.
Okay.
So it should work.
Okay, I'm in.
But I do know with how it's formatted.
So we can't both go observer mode, can we?
Well, if we do, then the recorded game doesn't work. And I know people are going to want to watch the rec.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, having that third player does affect the town centers a little bit. Okay. All right, it's good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
We're good this time.
And that is very lucky for Squash, I believe. Last one that his gold mine was a very weak position.
Anyway, what do we got here? We've got Oranos as reDo, or reDo as Oranos, I guess. He's the bottom right in the blue color. And we've got Squash up here as Ra getting hunting dogs right away with the 3 goat spawn here. This is a map where, oh, he's vetoing.
I'm not sure I'd grab hunting dog
I
with
wouldn't.
2 zebra spawn.
It doesn't matter at this point. All right, well now we're gonna have to combat the observer again.
Yeah, again. was that both vetoes from reDo gone?
No, that one wasn't that Squash who vetoed?
I can't remember. It's so long ago.
Squash vetoed that one.
Does that mean they're 1 each?
Yes. Yeah, so hopefully we can get past the town centers spawn here. See, cross their fingers. All right, we're good. Cool. Okay, now this time it. Oh, 5 zebra. Sorry, go ahead.
Whoa, 5 zebra. So one player can't see their zebras yet. That's a big hit for Squash.
It has to be probably right in front of his base. And he's gonna miss him.
I reckon straight up where the goats are going now. Behind the forest, maybe.
No, I think it's too loud. Yeah, he can veto again.
Can they hear us?
No, if you post, if you say you can, they'll be able to read what you say. That's, I think, good. Well, little does he know that's a... Okay, he's gonna give me until 1 minute. Yeah, see, yeah, it's actually gonna be good. They're gonna be where I think. They're gonna be right in between those two towers above his gold mine. Almost positive of that. We'll see. We'll see. I think they're gonna be right where his pharaoh's about to go. I think. Oh, we're not gonna know.
Oh, we'll never
know.
Oh
man, I gotta check the recording game quick.
Eating you up.
You gotta check the
As a map designer, that must be eating you up to find out where they were.
We were both wrong. They were up straight top of his town center. Remind me.
Forest.
Yes. So that was a good. Remind me. I'm gonna need to save that one recorded game. We had a lot of vetoes there. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it right now. Can you post and let them know I'm gonna save that rec before it gets removed? That Medit game we just played wasn't saved. So let me make sure. I don't know which one it is, so I will just save them off. I don't know now. If I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget. Okay, we're good. Okay.
So that's both Squash's vetoes.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Still got a lot of potential games to go.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're good. Okay, Squash sees his, and reDo sees his. All right, everybody, here we are, game number 3 on Oasis. reDo versus Squash, $300, 300 smackers. Showdown on Saturday. Squash the bottom in the red as Ra, and reDo the top. Oranos in the blue color. And both are getting hunting dogs, so that's cool. And I guess we can wait. Before we go over this matchup, let's wait for a minute. Before we waste time talking. A lot of goats here. reDo's finding right away on the left. It's like the 3 goat spawn again. Yeah, it is. Nice secondary hunt pack. Well, that's good.
I would like to see a lot of goats. I think that helps out the Ra player.
Yes, definitely. And he's found 5. And oh, what relic? The Bow of Artemis. That's nice. Cheaper.
Good pickup.
Archers. All right, we're past a minute, so this game is good to go. So, all right, what do you think of Ra versus Oranos on Oasis? Run me through the matchup.
I'm a vanilla player, so I don't really have that much experience versus the Oranos.
Cop out.
So you probably know a lot better this matchup than me.
Well,
what I can see is that Squash's gold mine is very a bad position. It's got not much protection from the towers. It's only got the 1 tower on it, and it's quite far away. So he's going to have to do some good walling, maybe use that forest near his town centre and wall it up towards the gold mine.
So yeah, well, I'm gonna cop out too and say I haven't played enough like top level Oranos or Ra for a long time. But what I've seen from as I've watched recently is that historically people have always kind of considered Oasis to be a heavy Ra map, but I think over the time Oranos players have kind of adapted a little bit and are playing it better. than they used to. And I think it's a pretty close, like 50-50 matchup. So what we'll see from reDo most likely is 2 counter barracks, and he'll make about 10 Terma, and he will pressure that front gold mine and just try to slow it down, and then we'll just move to grabbing 3 town centers and try to kind of do a big boom. Now, the way Squash can counteract that is by making a trap, where he, you know, that wall where he will shift all 8 Terma into. So
your speciality, isn't it? The trap.
I actually never used to use it, but it's so good. It's kind of hard not to. And what I like,
especially versus low hit point Terma.
Yeah, the nice thing here is building a trap when your base is up against the wall is really easy. It saves a lot of resources. So like what he could do on that bottom wood line there, he can just go straight to the right underneath that tower and then straight down to the edge of the map, and then he has a nice little spot there to get all the Terma in, and then they'll just slowly get plunked down by that tower, and no biggie. And we can see with the way reDo's building, he's building because he's a little bit worried about a Vil Rush. Yeah, but that's not going to come. And we have him at a 430. And, oh, see, Squash going this late to his forward hunt. I don't know how long he's going to be able to...
very much.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to stay on it now. Does he... It's actually going to be big if he's able to... Oh, yeah, he's going to get this town center up. I think the 430 from Oranos is a mistake. I think you got to do a 4-minute here.
With 5 zebras, couldn't you potentially do the 4-minute with the hunting dogs as well?
Yes, yeah, he could, because he could eat a goat. Could eat a goat.
Yeah, this town front is going to go up pretty easily.
So that's gonna stop the any counter barracks pressure there. Then
we got no forward valor either to pressure the hunt off.
No, see, that's what you need to have the oracles forward. But maybe he doesn't care, because maybe he's just going to go for a gold block, and in which case this town center doesn't quite work as far as like defending the gold mine. So
do see reDo's going for the 2 counter barracks and the Terma spam.
Yes.
Probably going to do what you said, but I personally would prefer to see Murmillo in this match, just because the gold mines are so unsafe. If you can just get max population and sit on one of those gold mines, I think it's a good play.
But what...
The Terma are kind of a bit weak in a fight. They're good for raiding, but not fighting.
But really, as I see it, reDo wants to force a fight without using Murmillo, because as soon as the Egyptian player goes barracks units, the Atlantean can pretty much safely get 3 town centers and not worry about early heroic pressure. So I think that's why you leave out the Murmillo, is because then it allows you to get your villagers pumping without Murmillo taking the food. And we've got...
Yeah, of course.
So I think that's... Oh, just picked that Villi off. So I think that's why the Murmillo is not used in this situation, is because if it does turn into a classical fight, reDo can just fall back and grab town centers, and then he's ahead. And if he's making Murmillo, he can't afford villager production. And, oh, see, look at this trap that Squash is making. This is way too much work for the trap. I mean, it'll work, but that's still a decent amount of resources put into walls and Billy's building, where he could just... I mean,
those last 2 walls he's making, he could just connect them instead, and both towers will be able to fire in that gap he's got.
Yeah, but it's still a super good deal for Squash here, but I think the walls could have been just a little bit better, but that's okay. We'll see. A nice.
That's another reason why I prefer Murmillo as well, is because they've got more hit points, so they're less vulnerable to the shifting sands.
Yeah, and they can push out if needed. So I think we might just see these 10 get shifted in there. It's
very nice walling with the barracks by Squash, protecting that gold.
It is really good. reDo. Ooh, see, reDo is grabbing the third town center, so it's going as I thought it would. Just that reDo has not been able to put on any pressure, really, whatsoever.
Yeah, but with the 4-minute advance, I feel like he could have done a lot of pressure, but he's opted for the booming.
Yeah. I mean, you can do the same boom as 4 minutes. It would be slightly slower, but on the flip side, you're kind of banking on that you'll do more damage. Like, if with the 4 minute, I don't think those barracks come up. So I think the gold mine is open. But it's all hypothetical at this point. Oh, if someone didn't, if you want to, in the Voobly League Discord, I forgot to do this. Do a announcement. Like, do at everyone and advertise this in the general discussion. I can't right now.
Okay. In general discussion.
General discussion, just at everyone, and then link my Twitch stream with a little description, I guess. You should be able to do it. But anyway, about this game, we've got first line for reDo. We're going to be a pretty slow game here. I think that Squash is kind of made too many slinger. Like, if you're going to make this trap, you really don't need the slinger to protect your base. So I think it just kind of slows him down a little bit. But I mean, he's gonna need him anyway to fight a little bit later anyway.
He's probably gonna need him for his second gold mine to deal with the Terma.
Were you able to get that to work?
A nice cheap unit there, and it costs 24 gold, which is exactly what you want with if you've only got one safe gold mine.
Yeah. reDo's actually
done a few spearmen as well.
reDo's actually done a good job. I think he knows the trap because he's kept his 2 packs of Terma separated.
So what's the maximum a shifting sands can do to Terma?
Oh, you're gonna get it. You're gonna ask me off the top.
7.
It might be 800.
Okay, so it's only really saving 1 Terma if it was 8 then by split.
Oh, nice. Oh, there they are. There they are. Okay.
8.
So, yeah, I did get
4 of them are heroes.
Oh man, that's big too.
It's brutal.
Yeah. He even did, Hebe and reDo even spread his units out to try to make it not as effective, and yeah, it didn't quite work. Now, one thing you can do with these trapped Terma, with the way the pathing works in the game, if he kind of spams the movement here, he could kind of glitch a couple out, potentially.
Bug out.
Yes, he could kind of bug them out, but it sometimes takes more effort than what it's worth. But anyway, now we're getting... Don't forget that minus 15% archer cost for Squash here, which is really important as he's going to be making a lot of chariots. So, it's looking good for Squash. I just think you gotta advance a little bit faster than this. Now, I thought reDo would play this really well because he actually beat Chemo on this in the Voobly League.
That's why I feel like you have to do a bit more pressure against Ra, and reDo hasn't replicated the pressure that he put on Chemo.
I think he might. I'd have to go back and check. I think he did do a 4-minute in that game.
Now we've got Squash grabbing his third town center, which is going to have a very potentially safe gold mine if you make one wall towards the forest.
Now, having said that, so reDo is down in score, which is at landing in 12 minutes you don't want to be, but reDo should be pretty much at full pop here with his vills, and yes, he is. He's at full pop, full Vills, and Squash is a little bit behind. So we're going to see a little bit of a fluctuation here where reDo will likely get an advantage soon, a slight one. And if he wants to win before the game gets late, he's going to have to take advantage of that advantage soon. As we see a Vil getting trapped here.
Got the lion picking off one of Squash's villagers.
Oh, yeah, I missed it. And the Villy goes down. Now, okay, I do like this. So reDo is kind of a it's kind of a modern generation player in that he likes to go Helios, which back in the olden days you would never ever see Helios. But I like Helios. I think, especially against Ra, I think the Vortex, the triple Vortex, is of more value than a Tartarian Gate. Because what he can do, and especially now with Squash all on the left, when reDo ages up, he can train one additional Pika Gigantes and then Vortex to that right town center. And even though it will have fortified in time, I think he could take it down.
Yeah, I agree. Helios is a really good god, especially on this map. And especially when the opponent has pretty much maxed their economy anyway. The damage from the Tartarian Gate doesn't really do much, because you can just quickly replenish the villagers.
Oh, the Squash is aging Osiris already. And
we've got the Locust.
Yeah. Not kill any Vills, but it will probably take down a couple farms. And Osiris is used. See, now it's... See, reDo is looking for that Vortex. He has 2 Cav on the right, and... I think it should come in. reDo just needs to stop... Oh, grabbing the tree, though, for Squash is big. So I think reDo might Vortex as soon as he cleans this off, maybe.
Does he really have enough siege? He's only got a couple of destroyers and the one Heka Gantes.
Yeah, he's got 1 queued up is the problem. He needs to wait until fortified town centers are up. And then because there's only 1 siege unit from Squash on this attack down here, I think he will do it. Yes. I think he can hold up here because there's only 1 siege unit. He just needs...
I would have been quite tempted just to Vortex the Son of Osiris. There's nothing really protecting him.
I think you get the town center first. Because you need to do damage right away. So... And now he's getting the town... He's getting the Titan Gate in the meantime, too.
Got Mud Brick from Squash as well.
Yes.
Still going to go down pretty fast. Because
you got to get those second Heka Gigantes in, is what you need. And he needs to stop this Migdal. He should have it in line of sight. He needs to stop it.
So, do you think maybe Squash went a bit too aggressive here?
Yes.
Because the Son of Osiris could have defended this.
I think reDo might Vortex over there and get the Son of Osiris now.
He should do that. The siege tower is really out of position and it's almost down.
Because if you Vortex behind this,
the Son of Osiris.
But he needs to kill this siege tower though before his palace goes down. And I think you Vortex behind him.
Oh, he's so out of position.
He is. Yes, he's doing it! He's doing it! He's doing it! Now he's just got to path block Sunny Boy and get him out of position. Alright, there's the shockwave to kind of move it. He needs to path block him though. He's not... The Vortex was a little bit out of position. He should have done it a little bit further back. And
it takes quite a long time, the animation, doesn't it?
Yeah, he needed to get line of sight behind him. Like, he could have almost Vortex where his Oracle was. And he should not have lost his palace either. Should not have lost his palace.
Son of Osiris to kill.
He's trying to go at him now, but now Son of Osiris is safe. But we've got the Titan Gate. Oh,
what's in the rock?
1 catapult. 1 catapult.
Only 1 catapult. That's not really enough, is it?
No. If he would have killed that Osiris, would have been good.
Arcus might spot this rock, and he could heroize them. in perfect position to intercept this rock. They're shooting
Yeah,
at it now.
he is. I mean, it's only one catapult, so it's not going to kill it
There we
anyway.
go.
And that's an
It allowed reDo
opportunity.
to get the villagers there.
Opportunity lost. Needed to kill a Son of Osiris there.
So does Squash just go Titan himself now and defend?
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's what you do. Now this trade route from Squash is a little bit questionable, but when you don't have control of the map, you gotta, I guess, be safe about it. Yeah, because now I don't think as reDo here you vortex the Son of Osiris because you want to save it for a Titan Gate.
This Squash is being really careless with the Son of Osiris. He's in Palace Fire for a while there.
Yeah. Sonny should be dead. Just a little bit better.
He should be.
Just a little bit better of a angle from the vortex. The problem was reDo didn't have line of sight quite behind, but could have just vortex for that Oracle and just would have cut off any retreat.
Oh yeah, that would have been a good use of the Oracle.
But it was a good thought. Son of Osiris still.
Do fanatics get bonus against heroes?
Ooh, I'd have to check if the Son of Osiris is included, but I think it does. I think it does. Like, the only
another palace got idle Heckage guarantees as well.
And now Squash is researching Titan as well. So the problem right now for reDo is the only way he can win is if he keeps Squash from building his Titan, but I don't know if he'll be able to get there in time because he has to defend, and he doesn't really have anything to vortex to like slow down the Titan Gate from being built, as we're going to see these villagers getting picked off by the palace. And
it's pretty difficult to get line of sight for the vortex as well near the Titan Gate.
Yeah. And a Villy down, and we're gonna lose another Vill. And
what's the Titan doing? Why is he going over?
He has to defend this because he can't afford the tree to be converted. Now the Titan gets the tree back, but Osiris is again out of position, way forward.
Is it worth sending the Titan to kill Son of Osiris?
You gotta, well, he's gotta stop the Titan Gate. Oh, but here's the problem, I think, is that sending the Titan forward, reDo's basically almost gold blocked because the economy is in shambles. And I don't think he can hold this. Like, I think Squash might just be able to just not build his Titan Gate. Oh man, okay, you noticed. And just keep pushing.
It's almost a waste of resources getting it.
And so Squash is, even though Squash doesn't have the Titan, he's calling the shots because he can force. I mean, at this point, the Titan going forward is a bad choice for reDo because he can't hold.
Yeah, you've seen these Spearman raids. They're doing huge damage to reDo on the right side. I
see a couple, and there's only 1,700 gold in here. The trees too is converted. Yeah, and see, here's the thing: if Squash or if reDo sends his Titan back, then Squash starts the Titan Gate. So this is really nice pressure here, and I mean, I could have done more damage with that second vortex.
Oh, we got Squash going and trying to extend his trade route, but he's going to be met by an idle Hecagantes. Boom.
What's he doing up there? He had to have been up there for a while.
I don't know, maybe he's afraid of Sunny Boy.
Hiding in the corner. Oh, man. Yeah, so here, when it came to that vortex, so reDo was in a great position on the bottom when he vortexed. He would have killed that Migdol, but he went in for the Son of Osiris, and because he lost the Son of Osiris, then he lost the advantage down there. And we're seeing more villagers getting killed by reDo there in the middle on the forest, and only at 2 town centers, he really can't afford to lose all these villagers now. Fully upgraded spears are really nice. Oh, Son Osiris getting slowly picked off again. It's Titan though. I mean, over time, it's gonna be super frustrating. He's just kind of standing there, just taking it. He's just...
He used the Son Osiris to go do some damage to the Titan as well, but he's chosen to lose it.
And did Osiris go down? He did go down! Oh man! Osiris is down, so we could... And now the Titan will go up here and go to the top, town center, and take that down. So reDo, I mean, if he can like magically hold now on the top, I mean, his economy is rough. I mean, look at his economy upgrades; they're almost non-existent. And we got a nice bird that's gonna stop on this gold mine, hopefully. And the Titan will kill the town center again. reDo needs to clean this up on the top. We've got all these catapults coming back, probably for a rock drop, I think, at this point. Like, really, there's nothing protecting reDo's right town center. If Squash rock drops that, it could be deadly.
You can see Squash setting up a side build that could be threatening that town center in the market as well.
Oh, yeah, nice to get the walls up, too. As you can see right now, I mean, reDo is just struggling to even get his town center. I mean, reDo is at 92 of 140 pop. And has no economy at all. So he has no way to really rebuild. He was just a little careless, I feel like, with a lot of his vills. He lost probably like 7 or 8, maybe more. Kind of for no reason, in a way. This Titan, no, it gets annoying after a while doing this. I mean,
destroys the farms as well. That's the most annoying thing for me.
Yeah, I would like to see the Titan move to the right, which is the trade town center now, and get that one next. And hopefully he can survive long enough to get reDo back in the game. But reDo's economy is just too far behind.
How good are the catapults against Titans?
They do decent. I mean, they use 63 crush, and the Titan only has 89 crush.
You've got to wait for it to stop moving to hit it.
Their track rating might be high enough.
Wow, they're doing crazy damage when they actually hit.
They do. It depends on whether or not their track damage is enough to kill it. And now we do have reDo is solidified up at the top. And he could do a ton of damage, actually, if he goes to the right. He does have a Vortex left.
Why isn't he grabbing his town center back? Has he not got the resources?
He has no economy. He has 32 wood, 58 food, and 260 gold. And his town centers are both idle right now, and he just lost his market. And he doesn't even have the resources to rebuild it.
Got some idle citizens as well, just finishing the gold mine.
Yeah.
He's getting a few caravan kills.
Yeah, but I mean, he needs to get economy up, and I mean, he's got 4 vills idle, and he's got 15 camels idle. His Titan's at 3,000 hit points now.
Well,
and Shockwave, that's nice. Well, he sends him over, but he doesn't
should get back in time.
He's got a Hika though to pound through the wall. Might save it. But yeah, this Titan is almost dead. 2,600 health now. And has not done enough, because the only way possible is if by now reDo is like fully back, because he's almost got this wall down. Wall's down by the catapults. He's got to try to finish him off before the town center goes down. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, get the Hika on it.
This should be good.
Woo!
Looks like reDo's finally doing what you said, and he's going to go after the trade town center, which is a good kill.
Oh man, reDo's losing all of his Arcus though to the villagers on the left. That's like his entire army too, right there. Now it's just dead.
You can't replace it either.
No, he has no economy.
Oh, it's so fun watching a priest get flung in the air by hacking empties.
And then he just one-shots him after. Oh, yeah, I think GreenSea's got this too.
It looks like reDo's getting a new market up, which is going to help. But it looks like Squash is also going to spot it.
Yeah, he does see it. And I mean, because here's the problem: as soon as this Titan goes down, we're just going to see his Titan gate go up, and that's going to be it, the game over there. reDo's just economy is just no good. I mean, even his eco upgrades are still really bad. And X second gold upgrade. That's just not looking good for the reDoster. Dildo was killing that Vil on the left.
This is why I don't think Oranos should doom too heavy against Ra. I could be wrong. I would have liked to see Murmillo with Terma and some pressure on that gold mine.
I think it's okay, but I think you need the 4-minute advance. Of course, neither of us are playing GreenSeaSquash, so who knows? Maybe neither would work. But I just don't think you can straight out match a Ra boom. You have to slow him down. As the Titan just stands here and takes it again. Yeah, the catapult does like 30 damage a shot.
The Titan's... Has he been OS now? He's just sitting there.
I think he must have been.
Had lost the will to fight.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done. Let me out of this game. But yeah, just too much damage on the eco.
Sorry?
I was just saying, just reDo in order to like come back. He just had too much damage on his eco before the Titan.
Titan is dead.
It is dead, sinking into the ground.
And the priests do not get a day off after having to deal with a Titan. They're going forwards, ready to fight again.
Yeah, I mean, how does... Squash doesn't even need a Titan, really. I mean, he's still, like, his economy is just way ahead. And that's it! GG! It was an exciting one. It was a fun one. Kind of went as I thought as far as game plan. I thought reDo would be able to do it a little bit more. But not quite.
Do you think the game would have been much different if that second Vortex managed to pick off the Son of Osiris?
Maybe? Because he does a ton of damage. I mean, he didn't even really kill that entire army either. He let a few units get back, but I don't know. I mean, if you kill Son of Osiris, that's a ton of damage that's missing for a while. So maybe? I'm not sure. It's hard to say.
I felt like Squash was already too far ahead, even with the Son of Osiris pick.
Yeah, maybe. I think you're right. I think Squash still would have ended up doing what he did, just maybe not quite to the extent. But you can see the resource total is just a gigantic difference in the players there. Just a huge difference, and it's just all the civilians. I mean, look at that. He went from 33 civilians at the 20-minute mark down to 19 at the 22. So he lost quite a few bills. I think they're waiting for you to...
No.
Oh, they're just sitting. Waiting for me.
Kind of reminds me of one of the games reDo had versus Chemo, where he lost like 8 citizens on 1 gold mine to a couple of camels.
Yeah. Alright, let me pull up the overlay here. Let's update this match as we are now suddenly in game point, or match point, I guess I should say, where GSS has won the first 3. We now need a complete switch, a Rue here, and we'll see. Everybody's still, again, 8 minutes behind, so hello. Are you in? Are they ready?
Yeah, I'm in. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Okay.
Quick.
I'm hoping that Frozen Waste works with the extra observer. Let me see. Yes, I think it does. He's trying to skip a map and go to Blue Lagoon. Gotta win them all at this
Okay,
point, so...
Do you say Frozen Wastes next?
Frozen Waste is next, and I'm hoping this map is set up for the extra observer. I think it is, so we should be good. Should be good.
Hopefully we see a comeback for reDo.
Hopefully.
Like to see as many games as we can.
Here we go.
What gods are good on Frozen Wastes?
Oranos. And
Oranos
Odin.
it is. This is Odin.
Oranos versus Odin. All right, game number 4 so far. GreenSeaSquash has been the boss. Has kind of run reDo around the map so far. Few close games, but so far GreenSea has emerged the victor in each one. And here we are, GreenSea on the bottom as Odin. So this is our first Norse sighting in the show match, and on the top is reDo as Oranos. This is a nice matchup. Oranos versus Odin on Frozen Waste. What are your keys to the match, Mr. Shadowfaxx?
Well, reDo's comment himself, he thinks Odin is 90% favoured on land against Oranos, so he might be suffering a bit mentally here. I definitely put it in Odin's favour on this map. I think it's a nice high hunt map, and the hunt isn't safe, which means Odin can pressure Oranos quite early on.
Yeah. I think the way for Oranos to win is to somehow put the pressure on the Odin and keep him off of hunt. It's hard to do.
It's quite hard to pressure Odin here.
Yeah.
Because Odin can get some fast advance times, like 4 minutes, 12 seconds if he tries. So you could maybe fight off a 4-minute Valor.
Yeah, what you got to do here, I think, as Oranos, I think you got to do a 4-minute advance. I think anything slower than that isn't worth it.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, with all of the hunt forward, I mean, I think your chance is to just push straight into all of the hunt and keep the Odin off of it. The gold mine is really safe. There's actually 2 gold mines, both really safe for Squash, so we're not going to see a gold block. But if we can see hunt block.
So to get this 4-minute advance, how long do you spend on wood? I feel like reDo's chopped a whole tree already, and is that normal?
Yeah, because he still needs 25 wood for a temple.
Okay, so the 5 caribou should be enough. He might have to start on a goat.
He's gonna get a 430. Yeah, he'll go 430 because I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna have the gold in time to do it.
So I think reDo will probably be playing the defensive for most of the game, and then maybe try a push on the hunt once he's got a few Kyro Ballista to deal with the All-Sarks.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, theoretically, if you get Promethean in your army, the Oranos can win, but then the Odin just avoids fights and will age up pretty quick, and then it's game
Odin
over.
Can potentially go for a Skadi after a bit of Wolf raiding.
Yeah.
And Frost Giants, 3 the Prometheans. There's quite a lot of options for Odin here.
Yeah. Because as Odin here, you want to avoid any like head-on fights. You really just want to keep raiding back and forth, keep the Atlantean defensive off of hunt, and then just get a nice heroic age without really even doing a big fight. I mean, that's how I see it anyway.
Well, Odin can actually take some big fights versus Oranos as long as there aren't too many Prometheans or Kyro Ballista in the battle. If you spot some Milo and some Terma raiding, then some All-Sarks can fend it off quite easily. as long as it's quite Terma based.
Okay, okay.
It's really the Prometheans and the Chiroballista that cause an issue for the
Right.
Ulfsarks, but that also slows the army of the Oranos player down.
Yeah, and you can get flanks and stuff potentially on the.
Yeah, you can outraid them, maybe retreat your hunt back to the goats if they try and push you. And with these 2 gold mines, it's quite easy for Squash to just sit in the base. A tower upgrade if reDo goes too aggressive.
So we do have these Ulfsarks
He's
here.
even gone for forward barracks.
Counter barracks, so double Terma here. A lot of pressure from these Ulfsarks here. I think a lot of actually more pressure than I would have thought, just based on these couple early the Ulfsarks coming forward. Now the Prometheans getting whacked down by the Herseer. And Avili might get forest fired and trapped here. No, just out. But this is a little bit of little bunches of idle time for reDo's citizens. And we're having double hero.
reDo's kind of given up hunt control as well.
Yeah.
Not sure I like this going double counter right. He's got 2 Chiroballista already. Is he not going to use his Valor?
Well, you can, yeah.
Yeah, you can't Valor Chiroballista.
They should be. You should be able to do hero Chiroballista. That would be awesome. Make it happen.
His economy is really going to be suffering if he's given up hunt completely.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to try some sort of fast heroic into bird spam.
He doesn't really
Gonna
have
need the husbandry.
Yeah, he only has 6 goats though. So that's
Should just be about enough to get heroic because he's not spending any food on Milo.
the Ulfs on the
Got
left.
the medium Ulfsar.
Yeah. On the left, the units are kind of on the wrong spot now for reDo, of course. Naturally, you got the Valk coming in on the right while the other army comes to the left. Sark's getting some. Oh, this Vil might get. reDo hasn't even noticed this, like on the left. Now he does. But that was quite a bit of idle time there. And now this other Vil is just gonna chop this tree and probably get killed. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, no, she'll get out.
He'll be able to pop in the mana.
Yeah.
He picks off the tower, but he loses an Ulfsark. Not sure it's really worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to go for the Chiroballista. It's out of position.
It
Can't be
is.
popped in the mana.
Oh, nice to run
Very
the
nice.
units that it was shooting at, too. I like it. Now he's going to get a surround again on this citizen here. And now I think it dies. And yeah, this is not a good start. Oh, the shockwave!
Might
No!
Oh.
Not
Okay,
quite.
so maybe no comeback for reDo here.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
If he wins now 4-3 the series, I'll donate another 100 quid of my own.
Whoa! Whoa! But you're really going out on a limb, though, man. Wow. I mean, even in defensive, reDo's still losing units, and now he's going forward, while Red's army is also coming on his base. So, phew.
Ooh, and we see Squash is grabbing a town center, maybe a bit too greedy here. reDo's actually coming out at good timing, but his army's very vulnerable to raiding cavalry counter.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
and
pumping out the raiding cavalry now.
oh, reDo's not gonna see that town center. I think he's scared of getting flanked. He just missed it, and okay, Squash is stopping the town center now. As reDo is just kind of sitting. This army is in a dangerous spot because he doesn't have Shockwave anymore to force out distance. And
Valkyrie picked off another Chiroballista, the town center.
oh, it did, didn't it? And we have Forest Fire. We got the Ulfsark's dying though. Ulfsark's went in a little bit too early.
I feel like it's better not even to fight with the Ulfsarks. They die so fast to Gerio.
They went in just a little too soon, I think. And now we're retreating. These fat boys are running as fast as they can, pushing their hero ballista. Move! Hey, they got back.
Fat boy, run.
But this town center is gonna go up, and Squash is still in a really good spot.
Yeah, Squash can just sit back and let Ragnarok do the job. He probably doesn't even need Ragnarok at this point.
The reDo is saving up. He is gonna try to age up here. Oh, Garrison, your Villy. Close.
So has he gone for Hyperion or?
He's not aged quite yet. He needs this probably after this Villy. Just needs to get some gold. And I think you do go hype. Well, what do you do? I mean, a chaos is nice, but the birds are also nice.
I quite like the birds against Norse.
But he only can make one right now. And he can age up, but
Really?
he's
Only
idle. Hey, he's going up Hyperion. Oh man, there's two
Be losing
goats.
that mana.
Yeah, there's two goats right behind the reDo's base that he never found. I think he'll protect it. Yeah, you don't want to lose all four of this raiding cavalry. So 2 town centers to 1. Aging up for reDo, Squash.
reDo never got husbandry.
Oh, that hurts. And Squash is also aging up. Scotty right now, he is 40% up to Hyperion 70, so he's really not even that far behind, and he's grabbing another town center. Grabbing the forward one, and reDo is going to have to do some magic here. Going to have to do some magic. If Hyperion up, but there's not even any. There's no myth unit.
No myth unit to hit.
Yeah. And oh man, that's a bad chaos. I don't like that. I mean, because you win that fight anyway. Now you're down a chaos, and you have to wait however long it is. 4 minutes? Yeah, 4 minutes to get the recharge there. Now you only
reDo's already having to invest in the farms.
Yeah, that hurts. Give another Valor.
Hill fort for Squash.
And a Palace for reDo right next to each other. Why not? And there's the Frost. The Hill Fort will go up. And what do you do now?
Hope the other player disconnects. That might be a good option. Oh, there's 2 Cara Ballista getting focused down by the raiding cavalry. Which bonus do they get against Cairo?
None. No, 100%. Plus 100%, so double damage.
Which is a bit more than regular archers.
Yeah. See, now you don't have the trait. You don't have the chaos for the Frost Giants, and the army is almost completely dead for reDo. And
all the hero units are Terma as well, which do like nothing to Frost Giants.
Yeah, sitting on 69%.
You'd be better off using the citizen hero to try and kill the Frost Giants.
And that is it. 4-0. Squash has shown that he is the man, the boss. So Squash is the winner in a really nice match here. Overall, he played really well. 4-0 for GreenSeaSquash. So, whew. Whew.
Very well played by Squash. reDo did do some close games, especially the Mediterranean one.
Yeah, the Medit was a game that reDo probably should have won. The first game, let's see, going back, that was the Ghost Lake one. I think reDo's strategy there was just a little bit questionable, which put him in quite a bit of a hole. He survived for a while, but I don't really know if he was ever in like a decent position there. Game 3, again, I mean, reDo had some chances, but it would have been a little bit of a stretch. And then Game 4 just wasn't very close. But Odin on this map is tough to win against as Oranos there. But yeah, that Game 3, that was, or not Game 3, that Game 2 was super close. Take a look at the post game. I mean, 29 killed, 17 killed. I mean, not a lot of kills. You can see the difference in economy, though. It's really substantial. Whew. That is, yeah. So what do you think? What are your thoughts on the matter?
Oh, the whole series?
Yeah.
First game was quite interesting to watch. I thought it was maybe potentially a bit greedy from reDo to go 3 town centers as Egyptian, because Egyptian army in classical is a lot slower, and it just means you've got a lot more of the map to have to protect. Might be worth going heroic after the second town center to get those faster mid-goal units. And I thought GreenSeaSquash played that really well with the good 3 town center boom into the raiding with the Hippocons and the Toxtay at both sides of the map. And the Artemis was pretty nice as well. Good finisher. Far ahead in the early game. What was the second match? Trying to remember.
The Medit one was the second match.
Yeah, that was by far the closest game.
Yeah.
Really good to watch. Both players winning water and taking it off each other, keep swapping water possession.
Yeah, that was cool. Back and forth.
They denied each other's town centers for a while. Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I was just agreeing with you that was fun. Just back and forth, the water went.
The Oasis, I just feel like Oranos has to be a bit more aggressive, and Squash kind of got a free boom on that, and we all see how powerful Ra is when Ra can boom.
Yeah.
And then final matchup, I feel like maybe reDo kind of had given up and was trying some new strategies once he saw the 2 gold mines spawn, which is obviously Odin favored. You get those safe gold, gives you a bit more time to get Ragnarok without getting pressured.
Yeah, though, I mean, really,
maybe
there was never any pressure at all from reDo here, which, I mean, I guess maybe if it's 1 gold, you do things a little bit different. I think reDo still did have a veto.
And it's quite interesting seeing Squash play all sorts of gods there, going Greek, Norse, and Egyptian.
Yeah.
He could have used that veto to set the gold mines again. I'm surprised he didn't.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he was thinking once he saw the Odin pop up that it was going to be rough. I mean, I think that's the risk you take when you go Oranos here is... Like, if you go Zeus here, I think... What do you think? Zeus versus Odin? How is that matchup on this map?
It's pretty even, I'd say. Centaurs can be quite annoying on a very open map, hard to wall.
Yeah.
Odin's quite good against Centaurs. You can go Thundering Hooves Cavalry or just make a few hearses and jump Heroic for the Frost Giants. So it's quite a balanced match. As long as you don't start with a forward gold mine against Zeus, then you might get Athena rushed.
I just turned it back to the overlay and Cam came down from nap just a few minutes ago. There he is. Good job being quiet there, Cam. Anyway, yeah, well, I was thinking I'd be able to be here for about 4 games, and then I would have to go. So I guess in the end, I was able to do the entire show match here. I would have obviously preferred to see more games, but what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it is what it is. Looks like Squash was on form tonight.
He was. He was. This was an American Civil War, I believe. Both these players are from the USA, and Green emerged victorious. Great win. But anyway, just real quick, tomorrow, or maybe today, depending on where you are, Sunday, 12 GMT, we've got a good one. Chemo versus Moore. That is the semifinals of the Voobly League, and the winner of that will move on to play reDo, who is in the finals of the Voobly League. So he's waiting. Hopefully, obviously, you'd want to play a little bit better. What happened today, but yeah, it's all right. Even though he lost and he lost 4-0, guess what? He still got $100. The total prize pool again for this show match, hosted by LNC Trust, was a $300 prize, $200 to the winner, $100 to the loser. So tomorrow, though, keep in mind for Chemo versus Moore. But for today, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It was no, it was a 4-0. Had a few really nice matches here to watch. So that was cool. And thanks to Trust for hosting. Cam giving his sense over here. But it was fun. It was fun. And thanks also to Shadowfaxx, aka No Mercy, for joining in on the duo cast. I hope you guys enjoyed. And it's about over for me and Cam. Over here, Cam. We have to make.
No worries, glad.
Yeah, we got to make some pizza
Glad
for tonight. Yeah, we're making pizza tonight. Got to get the dough ready, get all the toppings on, throw it in the oven. Oh man, kids are great. Anyway, let's find a streamer to send you guys off to. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And let's take a look. Where am I looking at here? Okay, who do we got? Who do we got to send you guys to? But there's a lot of them out here. And I like to send it to people who've got webcams. But there's one that's got any webcams here. German, English, Greek, German? Not quite. Quite a few. Anyway, you got any last thoughts before we
No, not really. I was interested to see your take on what you would have done as a Ra player on the Oasis match.
I mean,
have you done the same sort of thing? Grab forward town center?
If he would have let me, which he did, yes. I wouldn't have made as many barracks units. In the end, it turned out okay. But I mean, other than that, he did it pretty much. I think pretty standard, and it worked out well. On Ghost Lake, I would have just done 2 town centers. I think 3 is pretty greedy.
Poseidon. Oh, you mean as the Ra? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a bit greedy because, as I said earlier, the spearmen and the slingers, they can't really keep up with the Hippocon and the Toxite. So GreenSeaSquash can just determine where the fights happen.
Yeah. But anyway.
Ra doesn't really need to go 3 town centers for the boom because you got that rain.
But okay, yeah, I'll get all the recorded games posted on Discord shortly for you guys. I know a few people are actually wanting that. But anyway, I hope the chat kept it clean. Most part, I had to throw a few people out, which that's okay.
Need to hire some mods, JJ.
That's all right. I got a couple, but I throw people out. Well, I say if people are acting in a way I wouldn't want them at my house, I throw them out of the Twitch chat. But that's all right. You know what? Some people get a little excited. So anyway, we're going to call it a night. I'm going to turn the stream off, and then we will get you guys sent over. Okay, Cam wants to say hi. Well, how about you say bye because it's over? All right. Tell them to have a great day or something.
Bye.
All right, see you guys. I'll catch all of y'all later, some other time.